Like, why is my recording? All right. Awesome, awesome. I'm super excited to be talking to you guys tonight on why I didn't want to become a coach. Kind of a funny topic, eh? So one of the things that comes up a lot of times is I don't have time. And honestly, I'm a mom of five. I have 5 kids from the ages 13 down to 5. So quite honestly, I really don't have time to coach. It wasn't something that I wanted to add more onto my plate. I'm already a massage therapist part-time, and I teach fitness classes part-time. And then adding one more thing to my plate is just like this juggling balance act. So quite honestly, I didn't have time, but I absolutely have a passion for health and wellness and for the overall well-being of people. Doing massage, I see them come into me and they are hurting, they're in pain, and they have no sort of habits. Their eating habits are down the drain, they have no energy, and their bodies are done. I see them in my fitness classes and they're sore, they're tired, they don't have energy, they're not seeing the results. And so I kind of was putting 2 and 2 together and I was like, I should just become a coach. Why? Because I want to help people and I want to see them get better, and I want to create that overall health and body and mind wellness for them. And for me, my why was just overall, I was sick, I was tired. I was one of those people that was just sick and tired of being tired all the time. I was a sugaraholic. I can say that because I ate a candy bar every single night after dinner. It was like I ate dinner and then I was like, okay, where's my treat? And I was eating and consuming so much sugar that I was making myself sick within the inside. And diabetes runs on both sides of my family, and I wanted to X that out and not have that be even in a question for diabetes. I don't like needles, so that scared me. That was my motivating factor, was I don't need diabetes because I don't want to have to poke myself with a needle. So I cut sugar out completely, changed my habits, and then started focusing on myself. And then I started focusing on other people and reaching out and helping them with their health and fitness journey. So to say you don't have time, I know you do have time, because how many times are we on our phone and we're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or reading a story or listening to some sort of Insta story on Instagram, and we're wasting a good half hour of our time. In that time, you could have already worked out. In that time, you could have already made your shake. You could have done a lot of other things that you otherwise wouldn't be doing. So for me, it's all about sacrificing a little bit of time. I don't watch TV. If I do, it's on, but I'm working. I wake up earlier in the mornings so I can get my personal time in and my workouts in, just so I can have family time. So I schedule out my day on how I'm going to create the time so I can work. And why do I do that? Because I see a bigger vision. I see the bigger picture of where I can be and where I can lead with health and fitness and my overall journey. I have a bigger why. I have a reason and a purpose on this earth, and I need to utilize it and reach more people for a bigger reason. I recently lost my mom, and I didn't help her in her fitness journey at all. I tried, but I didn't try enough. And so my purpose now is to help people really find that why and help them create those habits that can help them in the long run, overall, with mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, hopefully. It's like an encompassing circle. So to say you don't have time, I would like you to even go through your day and write out a schedule of what you do every single day for an entire week. That's what I would do. And then see where you can fit in the time to run the business if this is something that you want to do. If it's something you want to do, you'll create the time and make the time to make it happen. But you have to have that initial why of why you're doing it if you want to create and have success in the end. So for me, that's why it's important. I see the overall vision. I see up here what I want with it, and I know the steps that I need to take to get there. And yes, it is sacrifice. Yes, it is work, but everything in life is work. If you have a job, you are sitting there every day doing your job. This is just like your job. You're sitting there and you're doing it and you're reaching out and you're helping people and you're fulfilling lives. Like, this is the most rewarding job ever. You see people changing their lives, changing their habits, and having a more fulfilled, a more happy, more energized life. I don't know why you say you don't have time, because you do. You just have to create that time. So that's Sorry, he has a laser. That's me. And that's why if you say you don't have time, I would highly suggest writing down a whole week's worth of what you did every single day and every hour and see if you really do have time, because I know you do. You just have to create it and make time. So, yeah.
Love that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Another big objection that I hear a lot from people is that I don't have a perfect body, right? So I can tell you first and foremost, I am one of those people. I don't have a perfect body. That was actually an excuse I gave to my coach of why I could not be a coach. I don't have a six-pack. I know something or other about nutrition because I'm a registered nurse, but it's not like I know exactly what to eat and when to eat. And she just said, you know what? That's absolutely a myth. That's not something that that you need to have when you become a coach. And let me tell you why. So I'm going to flip, see if I can figure this out here. I'm going to flip to just a couple slides of why I feel like this is so important to talk about. So basically, nobody wants to see perfection. Absolutely no one. And in fact, before I became a coach, I used to follow some of these big like fitness people on Instagram, and I saw them and they just looked perfect. And they were like, I've had this many kids. And honestly, I was like, she's lying. She has to be lying. There's no way. I mean, I really felt like it was a load of garbage. And I didn't once ever find anybody. I mean, I was still intrigued by her, obviously, because that's why I was following her, right? But there wasn't a single person that I think I would have ever like joined ties to or like, gone into like become a coach with because I just felt like they were too idealistic, right? And that was obnoxious. So no one wants to see perfect. And I think that's probably one of the biggest problems with social media, right? Because everyone takes pictures and they're filtered and it's probably not what's real about your day or, not the full picture. And that makes you feel really small. That makes you feel really insignificant. And that makes you feel like you could never do that yourself. So the other reason why having a perfect body doesn't matter is that because people will want to join you on your journey as you are authentic and you just tell it like it is. And so as a mom of 3 and I stay home with my kids, I don't work in the hospital anymore, but I just like to talk about my day, like, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I like to highlight the positives and share, even if it's like something really ugly that happened, I like to share what I learned from it, right? Because I'm just sharing about my life and I'm just putting myself out there. And I recently completed a workout program and I was like happy with the results, but I wasn't like, yeah, but I said that I would post my results. And so I had to be true to that because I said that I would do it. And like the response was like so positive and overwhelming. And I was like, really? Like, I don't get it, but it's because that's what people want to see. So I want to tell you a little story about this girl. I like to say that I met her, right? Because I stalk her on social media, but I don't actually, we've never spoken face to face. I first saw her at the Beachbody conference this summer in New Orleans. And she was probably 20 feet from me working out, doing Chris Downing's Shift Shop workout. And her name is Jamie. And this is a picture of Jamie, recent before and after photos from last month. So Jamie is a diamond Beachbody coach. That means she has at least 8 coaches below her, and 2 of those coaches have 2 coaches below them at a minimum, right? And does she have a perfect body? She'll tell you that she does not. In fact, when she was on stage working out with Chris Downing, her moves, and her stamina endurance, way, way better than mine. I'm not making that up. She's determined and she's hardcore, right? And so she is the perfect example, and you can see it even on her Facebook like page of she just shows up and she posts her results. And yeah, she's had amazing results already. I don't even know what her current numbers are, but she just throws her life out there and she is having success. And some people might think why on earth is she doing this? But the more she shows up, the more I'm like, man, that girl's awesome. I think we would be best friends, right? So I don't have a perfect body is not a good excuse, because Jamie's proved to you that it's not. And people just want to see your authentic, true self. And I'll go to that slide later. So let me go back here. Back to you.
All right, awesome. Sorry, I had to mute myself. That is fantastic. I love seeing people in their start of their journey and then seeing them throughout their progress, because they show the real hardships. They show the struggle. And I try and share the struggle as well. I was like, I don't have that much weight to lose, but I still have that mental struggle to work out. It's like I have to maintain what I'm doing. So I have to get up and I have to work out. And some days it's been a struggle to even want to complete it, because that excuse of I don't have time, but I try and make time for myself. My internet's being unstable. Silly internet. Okay, so a third thing that we get a lot of the time is I can't afford it. And honestly, I love Scotty Hobbs. If you don't follow him, he has, I'm sure somewhere on YouTube you could find it, but he talks about his story where he couldn't afford it either. He honestly didn't even have internet in his home. And before that, he knew he wanted to sign up as a coach. Back then, I can't even remember the cost of it. I think it was $140. Maybe it was more. I think it was around $140 probably still. He actually went and he found Nintendos that were broken and fixed them up, refurbished them, and then sold them on their local little classified thing to get the $40 to sign up with just the coach fee. So he didn't even buy a challenge pack to begin with. He just bought the $40 coach fee, and he had to go to his neighbor's house, fill out all the information with their internet, because he didn't even have internet in his home. So to say that you can't afford it, if you find a way, there's always, what is the saying? Oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. Okay, I'll just skip that thought because it was great, but it was gone. Where there's a will, there's a way. I think that's what I was trying to say. So seeing him and listening to his story where he couldn't even afford just the $40 coach fee, and then he had to go to his neighbor's house and he had to use their internet to sign up, but he's killing it. He is absolutely amazing. So if you have that determination and you can afford it, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing this, because you need it so much in your life. I've been listening to the 10X Rule with Grant Cardone. And if middle-class Americans, there is no longer a middle class. Like, you're either lower class and you're surviving off of the government, which I don't know how much longer you're going to be able to do that, maybe forever, but where is that going to lead you? Absolutely nowhere. You're just going to have this baseline and your kids are going to follow that same law. And then you have the upper class people who are ruling the society, community, everything. Like, they are the trillionaires, the billionaires. Like, they're up here and there's a small percentage of them. And then you have this huge middle class area where it's all right in here. And that I follow in that middle class area. And I'm like, I'm a middle class American. Growing up, that's always the dream, being a middle class American. And right now that dream is no longer existent. Like, if you're a middle class, you are working to pay for those lower class people to live and survive and to eat. So you are paying all those people to eat. So us middle class people are surviving. We're in our survival mode, and we need to think higher, and we need to get into the upper class. So change your mindset and say, I can't afford this. This is why I need to do Beachbody. This is why I need to jump into something and have passion for something, because I can't afford it and I want something better for myself, for my family, for my kids, for my future. Do you want to pay off debt? Do you want to go on vacations? Do you want to share the world with your kids? And it's not all about possessional things. Just being debt-free and having that hang over you, like having debt hang over your head, is so stressful on your marriage, on your relationship, on your kids, on your home life. Like, that debt just is like, it's weighing you down. To have a freedom of having that, and to call when you want to work, when you don't want to work, when you want to have a vacation, when you want to stay home, when you just want to have a day off, you can call that, because you're your own boss. So to say that you can't afford it, find a way and make it happen. If you have to sell some things, do it. Like there's so many things that I see people are like, I can't afford it, but then they go and buy some sort of makeup or cosmetic or some other thing that is maybe half the cost, a little bit more actually, if you buy a whole bundle of it. And it's not really benefiting them in any way necessary. Like, there's so many things that we want, and we'll do whatever it takes to get it. So if you want to see the change and if you want to create the habit of success, then make it happen. Like, hit that button and just say, I'm going to sign up right now. I'm going to do it right now because I'm worth it and because I want something better for me and something better for my family, so that we can have that freedom to do what we want to do with our time when we want to do it. And don't let other people create that for you. You can create it for yourself. Like, I love seeing these top coaches, and I follow them because I see them and I'm like, that can be me. That will be me. Like, I can create that freedom. I can say, hey, let's pick up and let's go here today. Or I'm not going to work today. Let's just have a day off and let's play. Or having the freedom to have my husband home. Do you know how nice that would be to have him home, and the kids could have both of us home? We could both take them to school. We could walk to school. We could do whatever we wanted because of that freedom. So to say you can't afford it, I would say just make it accessible so you can make it happen, even if it's having to sacrifice something in the small, simple terms to something that will lead to greater success. So yeah. Are you there?
Yeah.
Did it
cut out? Okay.
I don't know what happened. Like, my internet dropped me. Seriously. Talk about freedom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So it's still going. See, we're still flying with this. So to say you can't afford it, I can afford internet. And
did you? Yes.
So I have like 2 different internets, and one kicked me off, so I connected to the other one. So there we go, iProvo.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Ashley, do you want to?
All right, are we ready for? Did you finish your thought?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to mute me.
All right, let's do this. All right, so my last, I also gave that excuse, but as I've learned as an adult, I can't afford it is like a very loaded sort of thing, right? So I say to my kids, like, we can't afford candy bars when I'm just tired of them asking for candy at the store, right? Kind of like what you said about the cosmetics, but that's like a very loaded statement. So what my coach told me when I was like, I don't want to do Shakeology every month, and I don't want to pay the business fee. And I really didn't see the value in it. That's actually what it was. But what she told me was, all you have to do is find 3 people a month to help on their own health and fitness journey, right? And I thought, 3 people? I have friends at the hospital, friends at church, friends in my neighborhood, friends from high school. Like, I was thinking of all these things, friends from college, and I was like, that is no problem. I can help 3 people a month, and I won't even make my own challenge group because I was not into it at that time. And I'll just put them in my coach's challenge group. And if I could help these 3 people a month, then who could they help? And then who could they help? And this big giant ripple effect. So the more I started thinking about this, the more I was like, that's doable. I can do that. When I help 3 people a month, it covers the cost of my Shakeology. And it's like I'm drinking this most delicious and healthy meal every single day for free. And that's not expensive at all. I don't have to buy any product up front or anything like that. So once she phrased it like that, my mindset really changed. And I really thought about it in a different light. And that's since been my goal, to help 3 people a month, at least 3 people a month in my challenge group, new people, and to help them on their own health and fitness journey with various goals and whatever that is. And just by sharing my authentic story, like we talked about with Jamie, and my life and how I fit coaching into all the little cracks of my day. Kind of like Felicia said, I wanted to go back to the whole timing thing. When I became a coach, I was working 32 hours, I guess depending on the week, but about 32 hours a week. And I had 2 kids, and I basically worked my business during my lunch breaks and a little bit at night. And I worked my business like I don't know how much time it was, but it was probably only about 45 minutes a day cumulative. And I was consistently helping 3 people a month, at least 3 people a month. And I was more than making up my Shakeology. So if you can think of it in that mindset where you're helping other people in their own health and fitness journey, and it becomes so much more real and so much more fun, because then you have friends in your group, and it's like this online fun mom community where if you were like I was, where I was like felt tied down to my house because of nap times and bedtimes, I could like log in and see there were other moms just like me who had thrown out all their excuses and were like taking care of themselves. And that was just, it's just something like I still crave that now. Even though I'm a coach, I love doing that. I love checking into my challenge group and seeing how people are really, really changing their lives. And that is just not something that ever gets old, ever. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Did you have anything else to add, Felicia?
Yeah, just with that, like it is an MLM, but I like to think of it as a multi-level helping. So you're multi-level helping people. So I'm helping people and my challengers are helping within that challenge group. So we're all helping each other. We're all building each other up. Like I love checking in at night. Playing Legos. I love checking in at night and everybody is reporting for the day and other people are commenting on their stuff and saying, you had a great day. Way to slay it. Way to get your food down. Way to get your workout in. Like it is this little community that we help each other and we lift each other up. If I'm having a bad day and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do it, I know that they're waiting and counting on me to do my workout and to post it and post my Shakeology and share my day with them and share why I'm doing this. I had a challenger message me the other day and she was like, I didn't want to work out today. I was tired. I was just done for the day. I didn't want to have to go to the gym. I didn't want to have to do anything with my workouts. And she was like, I thought of you. And I went home, I grabbed my stuff and I left and I got my workout in. And she was like, because of you, I did it. And I was like, I needed to hear that because sometimes you get in this journey and you're like, am I making a difference? Am I doing anything good? And then you get those messages and you're like, this is why I'm doing it, because I'm helping people. They're helping me. Like it's this overall community where we help and we lift each other up and we carry each other through when those times when we're like, I don't know if I can do it. And we are just, so I think of it as a multi-level helping instead of an MLM, because the whole MLM thing, yes, it is multi-level marketing, but in a sense, you're helping people improve their lives. Like this is something that you're creating a bigger success for them and helping their families and overall health. So just think of it as multi-level helping. That's what I think of, and it helps me. And to know that I'm helping 3 people a month, like that is fantastic. And if you help more, that's even better. Like reach those people. There is a trend of obesity and we have a solution to help those people and help them create these habits that can help them in the long run. So why not? I'm like, somebody else is going to do it. So why not you? Somebody else is going to start their business and ask them, why not it be you? You could be that person that could instigate it and help somebody and create success for yourself and for other people. So
I love it. It's great.
I'm wearing my pineapples. Makes me all excited.
Yeah, I love your shirt too.
Well, awesome. I am so excited. I'm so excited Ashley is here and helping me along my journey. She keeps me accountable and I love it.
Oh, well, you're so sweet.
So that's why we did not want to become a coach. Right? Am I delayed? I think I'm delayed.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, good.
I think, yeah.
Well, awesome. We love having you guys on. We are going to have a call in October and it is going to be mind-blowing. So, right? If you guys have any questions or comments, be sure to ask one of us or comment or below or do anything. Reach out to us. We are here for you to help you to succeed in this life. So we love you guys and thank you. Is there anything, Ashley?
No, that's great. You're awesome.
Yeah, let me pause it.